Got to do my Leo Fong, man. You know what I'm saying? That's right. The legend. What is going on? We got Master Len. That's right. Kabasinski. That's right. Boom. Is back. Hanging out with the Samurai Guy. How are you doing, brother?
Thank you so much for having me back. I really greatly appreciate it. I'm doing good. Busy month all around for me. It's been a crazy summer, really, so far, good and bad. But it's going. So I'm looking forward to this film wrapping up post, which is going to happen in about soon. So days at this point. So I'm looking forward to that, and then negotiating distributors and seeing what might happen with it. We'll see.
Awesome. Well, first off, you are looking swole, my friend. You are
Thanks.
You are on the swole.
Thanks,
Len's got that muscle. I got that fussle. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah, I put some things together. Yeah, it's a lot of trial and error. A lot of grilled chicken. Maybe
a lot of
frozen Bacardi once in a while. Bacardi on ice once in a while.
There you go. Hey, that's all. Hey, a bonus. You got to reward yourself, my friend, for your hard work.
Yeah, that's right. Go nuts.
But hey, we are here to talk about Pact of Vengeance. I'm sorry I was late to the party of watching this because I've been crazy busy myself here on the channel, and I watched it last night. And my friend.
I'll interject a minute. You're actually not late to the party. You're actually early to the party.
That's right.
This film is not released. The only place it is released is privately on my Patreon campaign. That's the only place right now it's on. So it is not signed with a distributor or anything like that. It's only available to, people that supported the Indiegogo campaign. They obviously have had an opportunity to watch it. Thank you so much. And obviously everybody at patreon.com/KillerWolfFilms that support my works. Thank you guys so much. I never take you guys for granted. So, but yeah, that's the only place it's on right now. I anticipate signing a deal once, I get the final version back, which I said could be days now, hopefully. And then I'll get that show on the road and get it signed with somebody. And I don't expect that to be a very long process. So
right.
The sooner it does that, the better. And the more it gets out to everybody, Amazon, Tubi. There
you go. Yeah, Tubi. I love me some Tubi now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still feel late though, Len, because as soon as it was available to us backers, I wanted to watch it right away, and I couldn't do it because I've just been crazy busy. But I watched it last night, my friend, and I had a blast. All right, I was smiling from the beginning of the movie to the end. I could totally tell it was made with a labor of love. That old throwback to the old classic 80s movies. That's right. The grindhouse, vigilante movies. I saw the love, man, and I felt the love. But I was just having a blast.
Yeah, it was really meant to be an 80s picture. When people ask me about, when I did it, what were other films I might have been thinking of, or what was tone and stuff like that I was going for. Really from the beginning, post-production coordinator, editor, and also cinematographer Steven Steinbacher there. Me and him had an understanding of what I wanted, and I think he did that pretty well. And that was, I wanted the story to very much play out just like a simple 80s film.
That's
no
it.
Complex storylines. It's point A to point B. Simple story. This happens, and off we go. There's no plot twist. There's nothing really like that. But that wasn't what I was going for at all. If you watch 80s action cinema or 80s martial arts cinema, anything like that, you're not going to get a bunch of M. Night worthy twists in your story kind of thing. They're pretty simple. I wanted that intentionally when I wrote the script, and I had a kind of a script advisor, if you will, and Mr. Corey Trim. Thank you, Corey. That kind of said, well, then this part maybe adjust, this part adjust, this part maybe switches. So, me and Corey communicated and put the script together off of many, 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 many different versions through the last couple of years, through a pandemic and everything else. So we're still in one, right? But through all that stuff, and I told Steven Steinbacher on the final script, when we go to shoot, I want the cinematography and stuff to be modern. I want it to look like Tony Scott's Domino. Is what I wanted the film to look like. The 2000.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Yeah, nice.
I wanted the colors and the editing style and stuff. I wanted it really hyperactive and stuff, which I think Domino is. And again, that movie's 15, 17, something like that. It's old. I think it's from 2005. So
underrated movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, I wanted it to look like
Yeah.
Domino,
Yeah.
but I wanted the story to be Death Wish 3 or,
Yes.
simple. Not so much even Death Wish. I think the most influence story-wise off of me from an 80s action picture would have been 1986's Christopher Stone vehicle, The Annihilators.
Yeah.
Which was actually what, I saw that and I thought, man, I watched it again. And I remember liking it in the past, but then I watched it again. And I thought, man, this is really cool. This is something I could see myself wanting to go in that kind of direction, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I was excited when when we did the trailer premiere here and we talked about it a while back. Yeah, Annihilators. I have that on Blu-ray. It's a fun flick,
Yeah.
and I can totally see its influence on you. And especially Death Wish 3, which is my favorite Death Wish at all. It's fun, and that's the one thing you were talking about. I totally agree with what you said earlier about the 80s action movies. They're simplistic A to B. There's no M. Night Shyamalan ding dong.
Yeah.
Oh, what a twist moments. But you
Yeah.
forgot to mention fun. They're fun. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Yeah, and I wanted that to for this film, the pacing and stuff like that. I mean, we knew there wasn't going to be a lot of fat just from what we shot. There wasn't a lot of wasted footage and stuff like that. We knew, scene from scene from scene. I don't even know. I'd have to really think about if we had an actual scene that was cut from the film. I'm not sure we do.
Oh, wow.
We had certain scenes that were shot that were trimmed down and dialogue was cut and things like that. But in terms of a wasted scene, I'm not really sure we have one. I'd have to think about that one.
Nice. I mean, that's rare. That's actually rare. But yeah, there's just kind of reiterate what I was just talking about a couple of minutes ago. There's a popular tweet that's out there from an action podcast, and they said, "When are action movies going to be fun again?"
Yeah, we lost that along the way, though, because I mean, the 90s weren't very fun in terms of cinema stuff or even action movies. Chuck Norris is fading away at that point. Van Damme, not too far into the 90s, mid 90s, becomes a direct-to-video actor.
Mm-hmm.
Steven Seagal kind of loses his mind and stuff like that. And all those people that looked like, the 80s, especially Seagal, who came along at the end of the 80s, you thought, okay, this is a guy that's going to have some staying power, and not so much. We lost all those guys that were making fun movies. I mean, come on, Hard to Kill is a fun movie. Anything of Van Damme early. I love Kickboxer. I could watch that over and over again. I love Kickboxer. I love Cyborg, two movies I could watch over and over again. Lots of Chuck Norris stuff from the 80s, but people seem to forget too, Chuck Norris in the 80s became more an action star than a martial arts star.
Right.
Invasion USA has very little karate in it. Mission in Action, all of them have very little karate in it, that kind of stuff. So, it wasn't gone all through the 80s for
right. Kind of thing. Well said. I'm trying to take a look at your shirt there.
My shirt is Hot Boy Summer. With, Pretty Peter Avalon from the film. So
nice.
Peter sent me to it. Thank you, Peter. You're a good dude, man.
Shout out to Peter. Yeah, definitely. Who I enjoyed him in the film a lot, and we're gonna get to him. And you could totally tell he was having a blast playing that character.
I think most people had a good time for the most part. I mean, there's always going to be hard times on set when you're busy and you're running around, you're waiting for something to go on. And, we tried to minimize that as much as we could. But, when you're trying to do, as this picture was the biggest budget I had, and, but still at the end of the day, this film, I think, raised $28,000 maybe ish on like Indiegogo.
Hell yeah.
Patreon is here or there, but I mean, Patreon isn't going to fund a picture like this. You know what I mean? Right. It might help with certain things here and there, but it's not going to fund a movie like this. So, that comes from Indiegogo. Me and executive producer Malia Mann probably put in about 10 grand of our own, knowing I'm probably not making that back, but this is our chance to go for it and make a movie we want to make.
That's
I don't usually go on vacations. I spend money on making movies. And while that's dwindling away probably in the future, just as my kids get older and things like that, I have to rely on stuff with Indiegogo and stuff. Lots of filmmakers are doing it now. Greg Lamberson said, well, I'm never using Indiegogo again. Sure enough, guess what he did? He used Indiegogo to fund his newer movie. So, that it's just the way it is now. I'm not going to go back to the way of trying to, make movies off of $5,000 budgets anymore. I know there's a lot of fans that'll be disappointed because that's what they want to see. But that doesn't interest me anymore to do that kind of thing. I want to have the budget of, shit,
Yeah.
20,000. I mean, and even that's nothing, and some
Right.
people on set, I think, acted like, a $30,000 budget or so was like, so, it's like we have hundreds of thousands of dollars. No, not really. 30,000 goes pretty quick in terms of a movie
Right.
budget. It's not like, the money trees here, people, you know what I mean? It's still a very, 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 very low budget film. But, with me and Steven's talents, we made it look a lot bigger than what it was.
Yeah. And, shout out to the cinematographer, man. I love the way the movie looked, and also the different colors and just everything just really popped, and I really enjoyed it. Especially this opening action sequence, man. This was a lot of fun. Like, you just kicked it into high gear right in the beginning. Martial arts fighting during the credits.
Yeah, that was actually Steven's idea. That scene is in the script, but it comes later in the script. That action scene to open the film.
Right.
That actually came later. It would have ended up being, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes into the film, something like that. But Steven had an idea, and most of the time I let people run with those, and then I either say yes or no kind of thing. But he ran with it, and I really thought it was cool what he did. He put it up front. The movie opens what you should expect out of an 80s style action picture, with just action right off the bat. There's tits right off the bat. All that stuff happens right off the bat in the movie.
There's blood right off the bat.
Yeah, blood, people getting shot, fight scenes, all that stuff is right off the bat in the movie. And Steven can take the credit on that one. He's the one that kind of decided to edit it in that fashion where he put that scene up front. So I think
shout out to Big Steven there.
Yeah.
My favorite during all the carnage in the beginning is the clip slide to you picking it up, putting it in the gun and taking out the dude there. That was great, man. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the dude I take out there is James Scott Charles Howes. He is also in one of my older films from about 10 years ago called Skull Forest. He is in that with some fake contact lenses, and he has kind of a weird accent in the film and stuff like that.
Nice.
I've known James for a long time. He's a good man.
But yeah, man, definitely enjoyed the beginning. I was already smiling and enjoying myself. And yeah, it didn't go well for the villains here. Did not go well for the bad guys. But right after that, we're introduced to our other characters. But I got to point this out here. Is that really Leo Fong right there?
Yes, it is.
Holy shit!
That is Leo Fong from probably the 40s, the late 40s, maybe 50s, something like that. That is him. I had said to Leo, I said, look, we're going to give your character a boxing background. Because, I mean, obviously he's a master in martial arts, but that's not where Leo started. Leo started in boxing. And I said, Leo, do you have any old photos of you for that I could use? And he said, Len, he said, Len, of course, he's got a little bit of an accent because he's from Arkansas or raised in Arkansas. So he's like, yeah, Len, I got that. Let me send you some pictures, Len, and I'll get them right over to you. So he Facebooked me all of his pictures that he said would be usable or that I could use in the film. And it was
that's awesome. Look at a badass right there. Even then, he was a badass. Look at that guy.
Oh yeah, he's very missed. If I could have one giant regret from this film, it's that Leo's not around to watch it with us. So it hits me. I can keep it under control, but he's a good man. I will miss our conversations very, 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 very much.
Yeah, and fans of his can definitely watch and enjoy this movie and celebrate. Part of his legacy.
If it's one thing I could say to fans out there, if you think Leo's going to be in an office room and then have a couple scenes spread out throughout the movie, you won't. If you're a fan of Leo Fong's, I think you'll like Pact of Vengeance. I really do. He's in the whole movie. He's not in an office somewhere. He has a fight scene. He's in the first scene of the movie, and he's all the way through. So
he's practicing and everything in the movie. That was great.
Yeah. So if you think Leo's going to be one of those cameos, of a star that's really not in it very much, that it was on set for a day or something. No, Leo's in the whole movie.
Yeah, I love it. And what was cracking me up a little bit about the Colonel. That's right, the Colonel was his character was. He was running shit. I was like, dude, Leo, he's almost like mob boss. When
we developed the script, that was actually one of Corey Trim's input ideas. I didn't go all in on some of his ideas, but some of them I did. And he said, Len, it's important to make it seem like Leo is still like running the show, even if he's not out running around with Diamante or Peter or myself. It's it's important. I think he thought for the fans to understand that Leo was still calling the shots and stuff like that. And I think that's fleshed out in this movie. I think
I enjoyed that. Him just calling the shots. Love the Black Roses shout out there to the film. But we got our colorful villains here, just causing havoc, man, causing havoc. And man, didn't go well for them the first time, but of course, any good villain, they got to come back and get revenge. That's a great shot right there.
Yeah. A lot of the lighting schemes I developed, and then me and Steven would talk about it, how we were going to do it on that particular scene or something like that. But all the lighting schemes are all set and intentional. None of that happens by accident. So that was all schemed out. The garage, we wanted teal and this, or teal and red and this, and it was all a pretty elaborate garage lighting set, as we're in this giant, like, oversized auto body garage kind of thing. So for those scenes, but in terms of the Black Roses, they all really, I just kind of directed them on what I was looking for in their costumes and gave them the freedom to throw together, what they had or what they wanted to. And most of them sent me pictures ahead of time, just, a week or two ahead, saying, here's my costume. This is what I'm wearing. Do you like it? Yes or no? And so that all ran pretty smooth.
Yeah. And they're brutal. They were brutal, man, for sure.
I think John Catalin, who's the main Black Rose in that scene in the garage, and he's in a good chunk of the film. He actually got a Black Rose tattoo during filming and stuff like that. So
wow.
Yeah, I do not have one yet, but I'm an obliterator. I'm not.
That's right. I like that. That's right. That's right. You are an obliterator. But going back on the, hey, I got my patch too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna represent the patch. That's right. I just need to get to start my vest.
Designed by Corey Trim again, who, like I mentioned before, he helped me with some of the co-writing on this and co-advisement on writing on this, and he designed the patch.
Nice. Shout out to Corey again. But going back to your, the cinematography that I liked, and you talking about the colors that you set up, this is one of my favorite shots in the movie.
Oh, yeah. That's, I believe that is independent wrestler who he's appeared on AEW wrestling and stuff. PB Smooth, I believe, is the name of the wrestler. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's PB Smooth.
Oh shit! So you got more AEW guys in here.
Oh yeah. There was a few that did some like dates here and there for them, but I mean, not like regular performers, like obviously Diamante and Peter and stuff. Peter being one of the original AEW members. Diamante came along not too long after that kind of thing. So there are lots of independent wrestlers from Jason Russo from Pittsburgh. Does a lot of shows. I forget what all the federations, because a lot of these guys wrestle in a lot of different indie federations.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I don't even want to attempt to say what he's the champion of right now, but I know he's the champion in a federation. I don't want to get it wrong. So,
well, shout out to all those guys chipping in and help making the movie. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Everybody in that garage scene actually was all independent wrestlers, all of them. From Smooth to Jason Russo, who gets shot with a Uzi, John Catalin, who they free, who's the punk that appears in many scenes throughout the film. But they're all independent wrestlers.
Yeah, he's really good in the film. Yeah, he did a great job in the movie. Just he's really good. One of those villains you love to hate.
Yeah, I thought he was really good. I think John is one of those actors, though, that not tooting my own horn here by any means, but I don't know how else to say it, is if you get the right director and the right story for him and the right director that can pull out that kind of performance, I think he's actually quite good. But he does a lot of micro budget indie stuff. So,
gotcha.
You could see some things where maybe you're like, Len and this guy or whatever.
Right.
Because, some of them are what you would expect. They're very, 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 very micro, low budget type things. And by that, I mean hundreds of dollar budgets is what it looks like. But, I think with the right team and direction and stuff like that, I think he's really quite good. And I think he steals a lot of the scenes that he's in this film.
He does, definitely. You kind of see him more. Is he the most you see out of the thug grunts?
Probably aside from Greg Orsi, who has most of the lines and stuff like that, is the major leader of the Black Roses. I think other than him, it would be John Catalin there probably.
Right. Let's another great shot and color scheme here.
Oh yeah.
The whole drug den looked fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when he our actor here, what's his name again?
That is Greg Orsi. He's actually a producer on this film as well.
Well, shout out to Greg.
Yeah, yeah, he's great.
Did he had to try out for the role as well?
Most people like auditions or sent me videos of them reading lines and doing things like that. He came in independently as a producer on the film, but that had no bearing, obviously, on casting or anything like that.
Right.
But yeah, he had read some lines. He did his own outfits. Really, really impressive. He's the type of guy I really like to work with because he's motivated. He's very articulate, very precise about everything he does.
Nice.
I let him ad lib some stuff for his character. He would actually come to me and say, "Hey, Len, can I write the dialogue for my character in this scene?" And I won't lie, not all of it made it in, kind of thing. But I used good chunks of a lot of his ideas and stuff in it for his character. He's exactly the kind of artist I want to surround myself with, though. He's really great.
Nice. But yeah, the character he plays. He's one of those that you're just like, I just want to strangle him.
Yeah, when I talked to Greg at first, and this is early in development when he's looking for some direction or what, and you never try to copy stuff, or at least I don't. But I like to give people examples that they can go and watch something. You know what I mean? It's not like you're stealing this character. I want you to be just like this. But here's an example of a mix of villainy, but sarcasm and stuff that I want your character to have. So I'll give him an example. The example I gave his character was the villain in a film with the late Ray Liotta called No Escape. And the villain in that film is dangerous, yet he's funny and kind of awkward and sarcastic about things, has a sense of humor, but yet is dangerous. And I said that, you know what, Greg, that's kind of the tone I want out of this character of Sid in Pact of Vengeance.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant because we just did a whole review on No Escape here on the channel not too long ago.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
Yeah, it's just very underrated. We just had so much fun talking about it.
Agreed.
But yeah, man, there's definitely some dramatic cues in here. I mean, you have the Death Wish 3 vibe, and it's definitely a fun film with action sequences and violence and all the stuff we want to see. But yeah, there's some dramatic scenes in here as well, and you even give the Colonel some moments here, especially in the hospital here. You give him a little moment, where he's concerned about his granddaughter after that Black Roses attack, man. So yeah. So hey, every little bit helps.
yeah. The still shot you just showed of Leo in the hospital there, that's actually on an actual Hollywood movie set. It is a hospital set that we had out in near Burbank. I want to say it was Maywood or something like that, wherever we were at. Out there.
Wow.
Outside of Burbank. And it was a lot, if you will. They had maybe 6, 7, 8 different sets. They had a spaceship probably 100 yards down from us or whatever. There were all kinds of sets. It was really cool.
Nice.
But I had rented out their hospital set for the day. And that comes from there. So everything you see in the hospital was actually a legit Hollywood movie set kind of thing.
Wow.
So it wasn't something where we tried to use the Science Center and do the Swamp Zombies thing many years ago. Not. We're past that. So we actually were out at the Hollywood movie set there.
Well, I've seen a micro budget movie where the hospital was literally tarp.
Oh,
they
no.
Just hung up tarp.
Believe me, I've seen those. I can probably name a couple. I won't, but I can name a couple where it was tarp. Yes, it was black tarp. And, it looked like just a card table that they put a sheet on and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can name a few of those. But that's all right. To me, those things still have charm to them. That's the shit I would watch.
As long as it's entertaining. I always say that on the channel, from micro budget to big budget. As long as it's entertaining, that's all.
Yeah, and people ask me that. I still get questions. How do you make movies? Then how do you do this? How do you how can I get started? Blah 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 blah. I got an idea. What do I do? Just shoot, man. Use your phone. If you have to. I mean, phones can make movies now. People used to be an insult. Back in the day, I remember people like, well, Lenshot, Hellcat's Revenge on iPhone. And guess what? Joke's on you, player, because you can shoot a movie on your iPhone now and make it look damn good, actually. So
that's right.
Go figure. So, but yeah, people, they're afraid. I think people are afraid. They're afraid of criticism. They're afraid of that kind of stuff. They're afraid to put their work out there. But I got news for you. It's performing arts.
That's right.
And if you're scared of somebody making fun of your work, people don't like Jaws. People
I
don't like
know.
Godfather. People
I
don't
know.
like Leviathan, and that strikes me as really strange because I think it's awesome. People don't like movies. People don't like Kickboxer. What's wrong with you? You know,
I know.
so, it's always going to be that people can't be afraid to put themselves out there. And
Right.
I constantly tell those people that ask me that is, fuck what people say, man, because the people that are going to be around, I've got fans of my works that were that were aboard on the Swamp Zombie days, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and they're still watching my stuff. Fast forward, 18 years later. So the people that'll love you will love you for you. They don't,
That's right.
don't care what you film on or what you do. They love your brain and your creativity and your ideas, and obviously your films if you're doing that. So, those are the people you want around in your life, man. I don't need the person that says, well, Skull Force is the worst movie ever. I'm like, well, thanks for that really well thought review. That really helps me make a better film that you might or might not watch with your friends down the road. So, you know what I mean? I don't even take anything like that into real consideration. I mean, you can't, because it doesn't help you in any way.
Right.
So, but I mean, I think people are afraid to put their works out there like that, and they really shouldn't be. I think, performing arts, theater, stage, painting, drawing, film, whatever it is, you're going to be subject to criticism. But that doesn't mean you still can't go out there and do what you love. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
That's right. Everybody watching right now, future filmmakers, listen to this man. That's right. Words of wisdom. That's how you do it. Fuck people.
I mean, really, the internet is the perfect place for trolls. Yeah. It really is. People get to hide behind keyboards, and I never bowled anybody where I said, okay, you know what? You said Skull Force suck. You know what? Let's meet in Wisconsin, in the back lot of Red Letter Media Studios there. We'll put up a ring, and I'll beat the crap out of you. How about that? And, but no, I didn't go the bowl route there and stuff. But, you know what I mean? It's you got to take those things in stride. Let people enjoy the films for what they are. I think a discussion that can be had and argued in so many different ways is the Tommy Wiseau argument with The Room, where he knew he was making a comedy. He's a comedic genius, or no, he tried to make a serious movie and just was a fuck up and finally accepted the fact that people enjoyed it. And I have friends that think he's a comedic genius that meant to do that on purpose. And
you never know.
I'm like,
I doubt it, but
I don't know. I think, he failed at something, but came to the realization that people enjoyed it. And there is something to be said for that. You have to give in at that point. Give in to the people that have found your work and enjoy it for whatever they think it is. It doesn't matter what you think it is. They're enjoying it for a specific reason. And I think that's something.
No, it's very well said again, because the star of Miami Connection saw the movie in theater with the cult festivals, and he was confused of why people were laughing. And then he got it, and then he embraced it, and now he enjoys it.
I'm glad he does, because I know you're talking about YK Kim from Miami. Yeah. I mean, he nearly bankrupted himself trying to do this thing and all this stuff. And but you know what? If people haven't seen Miami Connection, which I think if you're watching this, you probably have. If
I got a poster up here.
The poster's amazing. But if you haven't, you should, because really, I've went on record as saying this, and I'll still stand by it. It is probably my favorite B movie of all time. It really does have everything. I would have liked to have seen maybe a little more TNA and stuff in it, but I think it's really good. There's ninjas, there's drugs, there's karate, there's all, everything. Everything is in Miami Connection. But, when people found that film and started liking it, for what it was, I got news for people. Miami Connection looks like Citizen fucking Kane compared to some of the micro budget stuff that gets onto Tubi and Amazon Prime and stuff like that.
Preach.
Citizen fucking Kane. So people think Miami Connection is like this bad movie, or Plan 9 from Outer Space is this legendary bad movie. I got news for you, people. You have not watched very many micro budget cinema movies.
Exactly.
There's some really, 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 really bad stuff. And by bad, I don't mean film quality or acting or anything. I mean fucking boring, dude. Don't make a boring movie. If you've got no budget, just throw a bunch of TNA and some blood and guts in it. Don't be boring. Don't be boring.
That's always been the worst kind of bad for me.
Yes, boring.
Bland, generic bad. That's always the worst.
Yeah.
Oh man, having a blast talking, man. Miami connection, baby. That's right. That's how we roll.
It's in my wheelhouse, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, we think alike, my friend.
No, I've got a Miami Connection T-shirt. I got a
Oh,
dragon.
nice.
I got a Dragon Sound T-shirt.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Go with Hot Boy Summer tonight for my boy Peter Avalon. So
Yeah. Oh, I'm jealous. You got that dragon sound.
I do.
Maybe Samurai Guy can find it in size 6X one day. All right, here we go. I need to go on that Len Kabasinski diet.
Well, the Len Kabasinski diet, I will tell you, it's quite simple. I'm probably 204-ish now. For the film Pact of Vengeance, I was at like 220. And I decided that I just don't like being 220. So I cut down pretty quickly. I mean, I lost after my last scene with Leo Fong in October of just last year.
Yeah.
That was it. I said immediately, I'm cutting this, I'm cutting this, I'm cutting this, I'm cutting these calories out, blah, 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 blah. And I went down pretty quickly back down to like 210, where I hung around for a little while. And then within the last, I'd say 30 days or so, I decided I don't even like that. So, it's the diet really consists of like yogurt and nuts for breakfast, and that's it. So you'll be a little hungry, but nothing great happens without some suffering, probably. So nuts and yogurt. I'll have a snack that's usually like Quest protein chips. I really like Quest products. You can find them at Walmart and stuff, but they're everywhere. I will say I was kind of addicted to Red Bull, like Diet Red Bull, because I don't waste calories on drinks. People that want to lose weight, that's my first thing to them is do not waste calories on drinks. I'm having a Bacardi to relax at night, but through my day, I waste no calories on drinks. So I've kind of shunned the Diet Red Bull, which has just like 10 calories or whatever it is.
Right.
I have went to The Rock, and I know The Rock doesn't need my money, but he does make a quality energy drink, which I believe is Zoa or something.
All right, I need to. People keep telling me about Zoa.
Zoa's good. It really is. I am impressed. And this is somebody that's coming from, I am a Red Bull snob. I'll only drink Diet Red Bulls and stuff. But Zoa has won me over.
Okay.
The pineapple coconut. Yeah, that's kind of my.
That's it. I'm getting some Zoa right now. Non-sponsored. We're not sponsored.
No. Yeah, you can find that at Walmart and things like that. But I will say Walmart generally stocks 4 or 5 flavors, and there's way more than that. So try it. But yeah, I'll have an energy drink. I'm a coffee drinker, so throughout my lunch is pretty boring. I do like I said, Quest products, so I might have a protein bar or something like that as a lunch. So you really have to suffer through your 8 a.m. to like 7 p.m. window. And then I'll have a normal dinner, which is usually rice and chicken.
Okay.
And like
All
that.
right. Well, after the stream, I'll hit you up with some diet questions. You can give me some advice.
I'm not a master at that because it's always evolving, always learning. Diet and bodybuilding type things. And I don't mean bodybuilding as in competition type stuff, but I mean bodybuilding is just making a better body for yourself. It's a lot of trial and error. Yeah. I mean, I look better now than I did when I was 24 years old. So it really is a matter of finding out what works, what doesn't work. Those kinds of things. And it's
Samurai Guy. I've been back to being active, man. Doing walking, doing lifting. So, and what I eat now is good enough, I think. But still, it doesn't hurt to get some, Master Len advice on the side.
Sure. Absolutely.
But yeah, let's get back to the movie, man. So how was it working with this motherfucker, this badass?
Yeah. John Michael Thor was awesome. He was aboard really since the beginning. And with John, it was like he wasn't sure he could participate in it. And it kind of was, I could tell it was weighing on him because I was talking to him on the phone. We weren't like typing or texting or whatever. I was actually talking to him. And I could tell he was like distraught about it. He wants to be involved. He wants to be on screen. I said, well, hold on. Let's figure this out. Because he lives in British Columbia. He's in Canada. And at the time, they can't, because of COVID rules and stuff, they couldn't like get out of Canada. Or if they did, they had to, when they went back into Canada, like quarantine for a month at a hotel or something. Just crazy. There were crazy rules. Yeah. And I said, well, John, let's think about this. What if, and before this happens, let's backtrack. John is like, hey, let me write the soundtrack. I've done this before. Let me donate music to it and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, John. That's cool. Thank you. But I think people want to see you. you know, and
Yeah.
I think maybe that took him back a little bit, you know, because he hasn't done a ton of film lately and things like that. I think he really wants to get back into that element because he's always
Nice.
in music. His album Alliance just came out, you know, less than a year ago, really, which is great. So, you
Are
know,
some of the songs that he
yes,
did for the movie on that CD?
yes,
I'm buying it. I'm buying it.
somebody had just mentioned to me, I believe on Twitter it was. I don't know. I'm pretty active throughout the social media stuff, but I believe
Yeah.
it was Twitter. Somebody asked me about is there a soundtrack to Pact of Vengeance, and I said, well, no, but there are a couple of the songs that are on Thor's new album Alliance,
Okay, cool.
which is on vinyl. You're welcome. Go get the vinyl because it's more pleasurable. But anyways, it's on CD, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, he was going to do the soundtrack type stuff. And I said, well, I don't really want a soundtrack to come out because for me, that's just a pain in the ass kind of stuff to do. But I said, you know, if you want to put songs in it, let me know what you're thinking. And he said, well, I've got this song and this song and this song. And we did that. And I said, well, Thor, what if you could film in Canada and we worked something out where, you know, we develop a small crew for you and shoot some stuff and go from there. And Thor got together what kind of resources he had. And he had a friend that had some great classic cars. I believe Norm McEwen is his name. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, buddy. But Norm and his wife, I want to say Tracy. Hopefully I got that right, guys. They had like classic cars, great stuff.
Yeah.
In one picture he actually sent me, I was kind of crushing because I'm not a car guy. As you know me, I'm a biker, man. I like choppers and stuff. So, but if I could pick one car I'd like to have in my lifetime, ever since the Don't Cry video where Slash drove it off a cliff from Guns N' Roses, I've always wanted a 1976 Ford Cobra. We have snakes. I have snakes at my house. You know, I like that stuff. I like reptiles. They like dinosaurs, man. But, you know, so I wanted a Ford Cobra and he had one in a picture and I'm like, Thor, in this scene, John, we got to get that Ford Cobra in there. And he's like, oh no, he sold that one. But I mean, he's got amazing cars that appear in the movie. So Thor had some resources. His friend had access to like theatrical weapons that they painted and decorated backgrounds and certain sets for him and stuff. So they really shot 3 or 4 scenes. That's all in Canada there, right there. So
wow.
Yeah. He's a super awesome man. I hope to work with John again soon. And, you know, I was talking with him on the phone and he's like, well, Len, I really see this as kind of an alliance between what I do with Vulcan Sky films and Killer Wolf films that I do. And I thought, man, this is so cool because, you know, if Thor wants to come back to cinema, I'm your man to do this.
Hell
Thor.
yeah.
So let's run with this. And, you know, we talked about, his music is signed on Cleopatra Records. That's what Alliance, his new album, is on. And they also have a film division. Now, people, before they laugh and stuff, the new Danzig films are on the Cleopatra label. They produce them. Now, I know. I have not seen Death Rider, but I have seen, obviously, Veronica.
Right.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, yeah.
We'll leave it at that. It's not very good, and I'll leave it at that. But at the same time, that's $1 million budget film that was produced by this studio.
What?
Yes. It was produced by Cleopatra, who also has a film division aside from their records label, which is obviously what they're more known for. So I went through and I researched stuff they were signing and stuff. And I said, Thor, John, maybe we should pitch Pact of Vengeance to them when it's ready, because if they're producing their own films, give me a third of the budget of what you gave Danzig. And one, I'm going to show you a better movie because I'm going to show you Pact of Vengeance, which is a better movie. I'm sorry, but it is.
It is.
It's better than Veronica, and I don't know about Death Rider, but you know, I'll put Pact against any kind of indie film right now that's doing that kind of thing. And who knows? Maybe Cleopatra is interested in maybe producing the next Killer Wolf film, and I think that would be a good thing. It would increase our budget, get Thor back into things in a quality production, and that's kind of our goal. I really hope something can be worked out where we end up signing the film with a company that's producing their own things, and then can bring me aboard as a director on a project, because I would love to do a sequel and pitch a sequel to Pact of Vengeance.
Oh yeah. I love that at the end of the movie. You know, the obliterators will return. I was just like, oh shit. Fingers crossed. Who knows?
John wants to take Leo's spot. I had spoken to him about it, and he would move into the Leo role, basically.
Oh, he's perfect. He's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, John, if you're watching this, brother, you were great in the movie. Got to see you again, my friend. Kick ass,
Yeah.
take names. You got to do it with Len. Let's go.
Yeah.
And
Not just
more music, more music.
I would be taken back if I did not mention this. Two of his bandmates from Thor are in Pact of Vengeance. They are guitarist John Liebel. Sorry if I said that wrong, John, but I'm talking about you. John is in the film along with Ted, and my last name's Kabasinski, man. People get it wrong all the time, so I hope it's Jerelicki. Ted also is on a song on the soundtrack with Thor that he wrote. I believe it is the Pact of Vengeance actual theme song for the film. So
I love it.
Yeah,
I want to give him a ringtone. That's my ringtone.
So both Ted and John appear in the film. Ted's he's a good motherfucker, man. He's just a good dude. He got shot and laid on a table for like 3 hours while we're doing other stuff, and his character's dead, but he's seen in like all the shots as a dead guy laying on a table.
He was a trooper,
a real trooper. Yeah, a trooper. But they were some cool dudes, man, and nice. I really hope to work with them both again.
Better watch your back.
Yeah. That was written by Ted, I believe. So
love it.
Here's another. They actually, not to interrupt you, my friend, but they actually appear in that black light drug den shootout at the end of the movie.
Okay, so that was them. Okay.
Yeah, that was Ted and John that were in that scene. Yeah.
He had the pistol out and he had the shades, right?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
John. Cool.
And Ted kind of looked like kind of a tall, lankier, bikerish kind of guy.
Gotcha. Another one of my favorite shots in the movie. That was pretty badass right there.
Well, thanks, because this was literally shot in my friend Ruth's garage.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
hey, it works.
There's probably laundry sitting next to my right there or something. But, I said, you know what? I need something that would be with no windows. And that's what we wanted that to look like, that scene, actually. We wanted it to be overhead lighting, just like that. That's exactly what we wanted in terms of lighting. But I wanted it to be black all around us, kind of thing. And I think we pulled it off. I don't know. That's not for me to say. I hate saying that because it's always up to the audience and the viewer. But I'm pretty happy with the lighting.
Len, I'm the audience.
You're the audience.
Oh, speaking of Cobra, you mentioned Cobra earlier. Was this a Cobra shout out?
It was.
Hell yeah.
Samurai Guy, I knew you would get it. I knew it. Yes, it was a Cobra shout out.
Yes.
So anybody that likes B movies, because let's face it, Cobra really is a B movie. It's just on a massive budget kind of thing, but it's a B movie. It was a shout out to Cobra.
Nice. Yeah, I love that. This area right here, where's this location at?
That is actually the side of a public access television station in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
I had used it a couple times because they're obviously very filmmaker friendly. That's all around that area. I actually used the inside of right around this, where the building part that you're looking at. You would walk around it and go to the left, and you go actually into like a garage. Into that garage, I actually filmed Hellcat's Revenge 2 inside it, and we made it a prison like waiting room kind of thing where she's talking on the phone to an actor in a prison sequence. So yeah, we've used it a couple times. They're really filmmaker friendly, and in this time it made it look inner city and stuff, which it is. I mean, this is downtown Erie, Pennsylvania, so it's outside of a public access television station.
Wow, check that out. But I really enjoy shots like this because it was reminding me of the Warriors. A little bit of the Warriors, a little bit of the Streets of Rage.
I love it.
Game fans there.
That's my Streets of Rage 2 was my jam, dude. I used to play that all the time.
Favorite Sega Genesis game.
Yeah.
Have you played 4?
I have not, because I'm not much of a video game guy now because I'm just busy with everything else. But I played whatever it was 30 years ago or so. Yeah, Streets of Rage 2 was one of my go-to games. My brother would always pick the bare knuckle blonde guy,
Axel.
My brother was always Axel. So people think I would be him, but I wasn't. I was actually Max Thunder, who I like to just suplex people. I just I like just the idea of being angry and suplexing people. So
it's fun.
It is fun.
Pile driving. Speaking of pile driving, big shout out to Diamante doing the flipping power bomb. I was like, what?
Well, the Code Red, I believe, is what it's called.
Excuse me, the Code Red. I'm sorry.
Yes, the Code Red is one of Diamante's, although now she's turned into like a submission wrestler now too and stuff.
Oh,
Funny story, who she is wrestling there. I try to always match them up with other indie wrestlers because then they tend to work well together.
Right.
So I had matched her up in that sequence with an indie wrestler named Marcus Knight, Spotlight. And Marcus Knight, I was telling him, Diamante, I think if you guys both can convince me this can be done safely, I will let you do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it wasn't in the original fight choreography, but I could see Diamante, Priscilla, I could see her eyes light up and stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, Priscilla, if you can tell me this is safe, we have a fall mat and stuff like that if you want to use it, because we're in a warehouse with a hard floor and stuff. But Marcus Knight seemed like it was doable. Priscilla said it was doable. So they kind of convinced me to let them do it. And they did it like 4 times in raw footage. And I think it worked out.
Nice. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was like, oh shit. Because first she did that low blow. I was like, oh, she's setting something up.
Yep.
She's setting something up. Oh, and there you go. Boom, code red.
Yeah,
nice.
I hope they enjoy it. But yeah, we're in actually the PAAC, which is a performing arts center. It's like 6 stories high in downtown PA, and we used it for a lot of this film. The film doesn't happen without them, so thank you, Mark at PAAC, very, very, very much. The movie can't be done without you. Thank you for your generosity to me and my crew here. But that was filmed there, and it's so huge. The building's so huge. I mean, different areas of the building were used, So really, we were at PAAC for many, many days because it's so huge. Yeah. The scene where it's like a sound stage, very colorful in the background and everything. It's like they do concerts there and stuff. But that was used in a scene when Lisa Neld is tied up in a chair and captured by the villains and stuff. That's the same building and stuff. It's crazy, all the different looks you get by being in one space. So it was really, really helpful. Like I said, in LA, the hospital obviously was an LA set. The karate dojo fight scene for Leo Fong was an LA set, donated to us by Jeff Jeds. Thank you very much, Jeff. Thank you. So certain areas like that were done. But it was good times. We're always busy. You try to do an indie film the shooting schedule to this, I guess, was probably, I don't know, 20 days total, maybe.
Oh, wow.
Something like that, if that.
Yeah.
Somewhere around then. Because we had started in June of last year, so a little over a year ago at this time. And we did like a 4 or 5 day block in June. Then we came back in August with another block that was like a week in a row. And that's when Priscilla and Diamante and Peter Avalon and stuff are in Erie filming with us. And then in August, we go out for a few days with Leo and shoot him. So yeah, I think in total it would have been 17, 18, 20, so somewhere in there in terms of shooting days.
Nice. Well, was this a set as well?
That is a set. Yes, that is an actual, on location. That is actually at the King's Rook Club, which is a tri-level entertainment facility in Erie, Pennsylvania. So the school bus scene and the pool hall, which is attached to what you're looking at right there. I've used it before. I've used it in Hellcat's Revenge, the first one, and I used it in Angel of Reckoning. So it's nice. You get to have really cool looking stuff. It's really multi-purpose. So I've used it a couple times in different films now.
Nice. It's time for an 8-ball brawl, baby.
Yeah, that song was written by John Leibel, Thor's guitarist. He wrote that. I think he's pretty proud of that one. So
So I have to ask you, how big is this dude on the right?
Oh, PB's a giant guy.
Holy shit, man!
He's probably Peter's probably right around my height. I might be a tiny bit taller than him, but not much. And I'm about 6'1"-ish. But when I wear my boots, obviously I've worn cowboy boots my whole life, so it makes me a little taller. But PB's got to be 6'9", 10. So he's a giant dude, but he's a real cool dude and real chill. He's cool. I would work with him again. I know he's trying to get more into filmmaking and things like that, so he's got a good look for it, and he's got the work ethic for it. So I really hope he has success in it, and if I can help him in some way, I would love to do that.
Hell yeah. I really enjoyed the bar fight, man.
Yeah, those are all Bud Crandall, who goes by Black Sheep, is an independent wrestler and champion independent wrestler. I've known Bud for a long time. He was in my films Apocalypse Female Warriors and Wendigo Bound by Blood. I've known Bud for, I don't know, 12 years or so now at least. He's very quiet, but he's such a good man. And behind him is another independent wrestler, Dave Tracy, who
Nice.
I want to say he's out of Buffalo, but I'm not sure. But he's around this area. But again, I'm matching up other wrestlers with Pete that would work with Peter, and I feel it worked out all pretty well. Peter's really an amazing athlete. In terms of kickboxing, he's had experience in that. And it's funny that day on set, he's like, then for my other film, I did this film where I'm tied to a car and they drive around town and I'm flipping off a building and all this kind of. I'm like, Peter, you're not going to do any of that. This is all I'm going to give you this gun and you're going to shoot people with it, and then you're going to kick and punch a bunch of people, and you're going to break this guy's finger in the garage. But other than that, yeah, he's so cool. Yeah, I mean, he's what you would expect. That's what I would expect out of somebody like you, Samurai Guy. Chill, California, laid back, chill guy. That's Peter. He's exactly what you think he would be.
Awesome. Well, this fight was fun, definitely. But my favorite part of it was you just chilling. That's hilarious, dude. You're just chilling, watching. He's like, "Oh, Peter's got it. I'm gonna just chill over here and a couple of drinks." I was rolling, man.
Yeah, and that was intentionally written that way too, because I want to give those guys their moment to shine in the film as well, kind of thing. I didn't want to do anything that would upstage them. I'm not the star of this movie, kind of thing. I might direct it, so stay on my good side if you can. But I'm joking. But yeah. It's those guys' time to shine. Diamante has her moment. Leo has his moment. Peter Avalon has his moment. And then at the end, we come in a group ensemble, and then everybody has their giant action scene kind of thing at the end of the film there.
Speaking of Diamante having her moment, this was cool.
Yeah, and that's real. There's no digital right there. There's
shit.
That's completely legit. That fire, that was done at my cousin, Mark Thompson. Thank you, Mark. Out at his auto body garage, because he was a state ranked race car driver and stuff, dirt track race car dude. His whole family's been into that forever, and they're all really good at it. But he said, well, I got a blowtorch out there and stuff, and then my wheels started to spin there a little bit. And I thought, well, can you come show us how to use this blowtorch safely? And Priscilla was all about it, obviously. Yeah, just give it to me. Priscilla's really into cars, which I didn't know. She's awesome. She's a cool chick. And all that was real. Mark, essentially, my cousin, got the blowtorch working and stuff, handed it to Diamante, showed her the valve on it when she can turn it, and the flame will spit out of it and stuff. All that's legit. It's all all in camera, all of it.
Was this a little shout out to Exterminator?
No, but I can see why people would say that, but not intentionally. No.
Okay.
Seeing it now in the 80s connections that the film has and the vibe and stuff, I could see that. I really do like that film a lot. I think the special effects in the first one are really underrated, especially when the burnt guys in the bed in the one scene. But no, not intentionally there.
All right, let's keep it rocking and rolling here. Now, we have this scene here, great fight scene here with all of you, where the thugs make the biggest mistake ever, going in there to try to fuck with Leo Fong. That was a big mistake, and they had to learn the hard way. But my favorite part about this, look at Peter, my favorite part about this fight is not only was the fight choreography good, and also showed Leo doing what he does best as well, but what I really liked about the fight, Len, was the sound design, bro.
Yeah, the sound design, I think, was a mix of, again, Steven Steinbacher, the post-production coordinator, and he brought in a sound guy. I'm sorry, the name escapes me because I've never met him or even talked to him. It was somebody Steven brought in. So he brought him in to do this, and I'm not sure who would have actually done this part. I'm assuming it was him, but if it wasn't, it was probably Steven just laying in sound at that point. But yeah.
You feel the hits, the sound effects of them just moving around. It's like perfect. It's like martial arts movie, man.
And I was, you took the words out of my mouth there. I was going to say, you know what, that harkens back to martial art movies of the 70s and 80s with those kinds of sounds and stuff that come through on it. I'm just I won't get too emotional about it, but I'm happy I got to give Leo his moment, kind of thing. This is something. His films and stuff were obviously personal to him. He worked really, really hard on them. But he was also aware of what he was doing. You know, even when we're working with him out there, he's 93 years old. He's sharp as a tack, mentally sharp as a tack. Stories out the butt, just crazy stories of filmmaking and filmmaking in LA in the early 70s and things like that, when he's doing Murder in the Orient with Ron Marchini, or he's doing Enforcer from Death Row and things like that. And just the stories and the sharpness of them were just amazing. And to be able to still do a scene like that, it's I'm glad we got to do it. And he was an amazing dude.
Awesome. I enjoyed this action sequence as well that I cannot show for reasons, but there was a lot of great cinematography.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
In it, I appreciate it, especially the lighting. So sorry, guys, you're gonna have to watch the movie to see the scene.
That is the great Lisa Nild, Playboy cover model there. Lisa Nild, who I've worked with several times. I started working with her way back in the Skull Forest days, and then most of my films since then, she's had some decent roles, some bit parts like an Angel of Reckoning and stuff. But then Hellcat's Revenge kind of developed, and she was the lead there. As Kat in both of those films. And Lisa's great. I love her family. Jimmy, herself, her daughter Abby is in the film with an absolutely kick-ass costume. Her daughter Abby is a Black Roses. She gets killed by Diamante in the film, which I kind of on purpose choreographed that way because she really loves professional wrestling and that. So Lisa told me, well, I feel like I'm mom of the year now because you got my daughter in a scene with Diamante and stuff. So
nice. She kicked ass, man.
Yeah. And in that scene that was filmed, I purposely chose my friend's Roos House for this, who associate produced a lot of my earlier pictures. But on a film like this with the budget, I'm able to give people something in terms of payment. So I thought, here's my chance to at least give my friends something. So I said, I can give you X amount. Let me use your townhome for the afternoon or whatever. And we filmed that whole scene in probably, I don't know, 7 hours, maybe something like that. So, but that scene, my friend, is a nod to one of my favorite filmmakers. His name is not pronounced Cheerio, even though I will say it sometimes. It is not.
Can I guess?
You sure can.
Godfrey Ho.
No,
I'm just kidding.
It is not. But
that was a Hail Mary.
But a little bit better quality movies than Godfrey Ho, but still has done a lot of B movies and stuff like that, especially for Roger Corman. His name is Cirio H. Santiago. He did a movie called Dune Warriors. He's done tons and tons of movies. Well, anyways, he had done a movie called Angel Fist with the late Kat Sassoon. And I'm pretty sure he probably directed Firecracker, which is very similar to it. But anyways, there is a topless fight scene with the heroine of those films. And I thought, you know what? This is my chance to really give a nod to people I respect and movies that I really enjoyed growing up. So, yes, it is a nod most to Angel Fist, which is probably 1990-ish, early 90s.
Nice. Hey, Wheels of Fire is legit, man.
Yeah, I like all that stuff. Yeah,
and the Richard Norton movies; those are a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Well, he worked with him several times, but
yeah. I enjoyed those post-apocalyptic films.
Dune Warriors, I really enjoy. In fact, I've got the Dune Warriors theatrical poster, 27 by 41, hanging in my basement right now. So.
Oh shit! Nice. Got to represent, man. Got to represent.
DC, but Carradine's my man. Love that dude.
But right around, I think it was about an hour into the film. Or a little bit after, I was like, oh shit, is the finale going to be this long? Because I was like waiting for the big finale when I was watching the movie. And I was like, oh shit, I think the finale is going to be, it's going to scratch the motherfucking action itch, it's going to be lengthy. It's not going to be like 2 minutes. We're in and out and we're done and then it's credits. I'm like, oh, we got a shot here of a really long, lengthy, but entertaining action finale, man. And I really enjoyed it, man. Everybody had their chance to shine.
Yeah, and again, the chance to shine thing was intentional. With it, it was intentional between me and Steven Steinbacher. I had said that, in this finale, I want chaos. I wanted to jump back and forth between Jan and Leo on the rooftop, between Diamante and Peter, all different areas. I wanted to jump around a lot and be really at a chaotic finale. And I think we did what we had to do there.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, man. It was satisfying. Definitely satisfying.
Not to interrupt you, but
sure.
Also a lot of the firearms in the film, I said if we could hit certain markers on Indiegogo with raising funds and stuff, that I would get like legit theatrical weapons and stuff. And I know it's been a hot topic since the Baldwin thing happened a while back there, but or I guess recently in the grand scheme of things. But, what I essentially got were expensive fireworks, which are non-guns. The action is like a real gun, meaning.
Right.
If we were in a spot where a gun would jam or something like that, not that particular gun in that picture, but they're all 9mm basically. But we did have a couple Uzis, which Diamante has in that shot. All the action is like the real weapon. So if you've ever fired a 9mm, if you've ever fired an Uzi, just the range or screwing around, the action's real. If you were to take the gun apart and clean it, just like a real gun.
Wow.
All the action is completely real to the real thing, except when you go to load the ammunition, load the clip in, slide it back, get ready to fire. It's essentially an expensive firework.
Gotcha.
It cannot fire a projectile.
Okay.
What it does fire essentially is the flash. So all the flashes you see, that's 100% real. That is not penciled in post. All those flashes were really happening in time while we're filming.
That's awesome, man. It works.
I wanted to improve. Some people think, well, Len just loves doing movies and he films shitty movies. No, I try to improve on things. And I think one of the things I really disliked, even though it wasn't a predominant feature in Hellcat's Revenge 2, was all the gun stuff was like penciled in, all the muzzle flashes and stuff. I really hated the look of it. And I know everybody tried their best. That's not the knock here. The knock is I just like it. So I said to improve on this film, I want to get some legit theatrical stage weapon kind of stuff that would fire the flashes and stuff. And that's what we went for. And all this stuff you're posting, that this is all like legit in-camera flashes that happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome, man.
They eject the shells eject, the muzzle flashes, everything's real. It just can't fire a projectile.
Are a lot of movie companies doing this as well?
I doubt it.
No,
I doubt it. But I mean, hell, I just did it on a $38,000 budget film. So what's the excuse? So
well, it looks great. That's all that matters. It looks great.
Well, Uzis, I'm not a gun nut by any means, but I'm not anti-gun either. But you load the Uzis up, and I got extended clips on those Uzis, which are 24, 25 rounds. But you know what? You pull the trigger, as Diamante or Peter could tell you, you blow through those rounds in about 2 seconds. So if that, it's
that's it.
Your clip's dry. So it's cool.
Wow. But yeah, definitely very satisfying finale, man. And I enjoyed this fight you had with Mr. Smooth right here. Great fight. You did a little Superman punch on you too. I saw that.
Yeah, that was all. That was all in the choreography. Some things we had to adjust because actually on set this day we kind of finangled it a little bit, so you really can't super tell. But it was raining, and we were kind of battling sprinkling rain here and there and here and there.
Okay.
We'll try to match other stuff, and I mean with coloring and post and stuff, I think we matched it pretty well that you don't really tell. But yeah, we were battling that kind of stuff. So certain maneuvers couldn't be done, blah, 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 blah. But it all happened good. So I just didn't want him to like slam me against the wall super, super hard. So I was like, put your hands on me and you go to throw me against the wall. But from there, your hands are just on me. I'm the one actually throwing myself on the wall. Your hands just stay on me for the ride kind of thing. So that's theater choreography 101.
Yeah, right? Safety first, though.
That's right.
You want to keep filming.
Well,
But
yes,
yeah.
he would break my neck, but yes.
But yeah, very entertaining, satisfying finale. And our boy here, Leo, was even fucking dudes up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like, that's right. Get him, Colonel.
Well,
That's
what
right.
influenced me there actually would have been Rambo 4, the one that was made in 2008. Where at the end, Rambo's into the action, but he's a 62, 63-year-old man at that point. So he gets on the turret gun and just starts blasting people with in a great scene. I love that movie really a lot.
I love that. That's 5 stars movie. 5 out of 5
I,
stars.
I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. In fact, I just watched it a week ago. But yeah, I absolutely love that movie. But I thought, you know what? I need to give Leo a moment like this. So he had the sniper rifle. That was obviously stuff that was filmed in California. That's on a green screen. His stuff there. And yeah.
Boom.
It was cut back and forth. That gentleman there that had the headshot, yeah, Caleb is his name. He's a veteran, and he's really cool because I think he thought that he damaged one of my prop guns one day. Or something happened, and the prop gun wasn't working properly, and I think he thought that he might have done it by accident or something like that. I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. I've got all this stuff here. This isn't the time to. Well, what that gentleman did, unbeknownst to me, when I was not looking, was he went and got the gun, completely took it apart to pieces, and put it back together and fixed it. I mean,
wow.
How cute is that?
Wow.
But he did, and it works perfectly. But yeah, I really I had a great cast and crew for this, and you can't do a movie like this independently without some great people involved, and I certainly had that.
Awesome. Yeah, man, definitely enjoyed the finale, and of course the setup for a sequel, because I'm like, let's go, man. I'm all in. Fingers crossed for the obliterators to return.
Yeah, we talked about it, and I thought, well, let's just see. What if Cleopatra would sign this? What if they were interested in producing something? What would I do or something? And I think this is not. I haven't even written a page of it yet, but I think if I went there, I think I would want to do some kind of recon rescue mission. A very Escape from New York-ish. They're rescuing a senator's daughter in Central America or something, and we could film it in the Philippines or something where our dollar would go further. And even today, if you have a $500,000 budget in the Philippines, that's really like you have a $6 million budget there. So it goes a long ways. So I would like to go film in a place like that or something. And but we'll see. Lots of ideas. Everything's on the table at this point. If somebody came in and said, hey, Len, I'd love to take a shot at writing the sequel to The Obliterators, go for it. All I can say is no. Much like people when they turned into stuff for me in the past, it was like, you can write anything you want to me. That normally I write my own stuff. So sorry if I don't use it or, don't get around to reading it or whatever it is. But, if somebody said, Len, let me take a shot at writing a Pact of Vengeance 2, go for it. So, at this point, nothing's been written. So, but I know Thor's interested, obviously, in it at this point as COVID things are kind of lightening up here and there. Maybe he can get out and again, he'll be a predominant part of the sequel. And that's kind of what I'm hoping. But lots of great people involved. You can't really say everybody because you always forget somebody and then you feel like a dickhead when you do. So really thanks to all my cast and crew. A lot of photos that you posted are courtesy of Emily Struther, who did a lot of the still photography that's posted all over in promo stuff and things for movies. So very talented artist. So thank you. But you're always going to miss people and thanking people and stuff like that. But, there's so many throughout the years in filmmaking to come to this kind of thing. That's my biggest budget picture for what I do in micro budget indies. You're always going to, forget those people. Steven Steinbacher was amazing. The best phone call I really made. Everybody was great. Gordon Davies, who I worked with on as a digital effects artist on Challenge of 5 Gauntlet. So he is a Leo Fong, Killer Wolf Films veteran. He's worked with Leo a couple times as digital effects artist. all those people, executive producer Malia Mann, who the film can't happen without her hard work and stuff towards this movie. Nobody worked harder. So, it's been a real blessing to put something like this together. So far, the response is good, but like I said, it's only released on Patreon. So when I go to places like Letterboxd or something with people that have reviewed the film, I mean, it just sounds like a bunch of like family and friends have reviewed it and stuff. And that's great. I appreciate that. But at the same time, that's not who I want reviewing the film. I want unbiased people that watch it, that don't know anything about it, that just go and watch the film and then tell me what you thought. You know what I mean? I'm sure my mom, God rest her soul, I love you, I miss you every day, but I'm sure my mom would love this movie. It's the kind of shit we would have watched together many years ago now. But at the same time, I don't want my mom reviewing the movie. I know you're going to love it no matter how stupid it is or something. But I really want those unbiased reviews. And
gotcha.
There's not a ton of them up yet. I know one review said our audio was birdemic quality, so that kind of hit me in the heartstrings. But I knew there's some audio things. However, they apparently are being corrected.
Great.
The final stuff is supposed to be turned into me soon here. Like I said, any day now. If for some reason it's not, I'm still getting back my stuff and I will figure it out and we'll correct the audio because I really didn't have an opportunity to do that. It was so close to the deadline of, July 1st, it released to Patreon and people on Patreon are like, well, why isn't it downloadable yet or something? Well, it will be. I just want to make sure you have the best one. So, when it's finalized, it'll go to Indiegogo. It'll go,
nice.
People have it already, but the final version. Everybody too. There's not a ton of audio stuff. It's really just mastering some levels and things like that, in my opinion. Other than that, video-wise, everything's ready to roll. It's just some audio leveling and mixing and stuff. And, it'll be done soon.
Will there be a Blu-ray release, DVD, or digital only?
I haven't thought about that yet because now a lot of companies are releasing Blu-ray where in the past they didn't. Distribution companies I would sign with were just doing DVDs or things like that. But now a lot of different ones are doing Blu-rays and things too. So I will see who the film signs with and then go from there, kind of thing.
Yeah. I'd buy it on Blu-ray, man, for sure.
Well, this was actually filmed in 4K, so you might see something where maybe I try to retain the 4K Ultra HD rights, and I put out my own 4K.
Oh,
and then a distributor puts out a Blu-ray.
Okay, even better.
And that's all their thing stuff. So
hey, Miami Connection's on 4K now. So hey, let's go. Before we wrap it up, though, Len, I just wanted to point this out. So I'm enjoying the movie, had a blast with it, and I kept watching the credits because I was enjoying the music so much. I was enjoying the soundtrack, so I kept watching the credits, just enjoying the soundtrack. And it was scrolling up, and I was having fun. I wanted to see the names of some of the songs, because I enjoyed a lot of the music in the film. And I saw that you were thanking everyone, like towards the end, all your patrons and people that helped, get the movie up and going. And I was like, awesome, this is cool. And I was just still listening to the music, just enjoying the credits going up. And then I saw this, man. And I was just like completely blown away, bro, that you gave me a little shout out. Like stuff like that, man. It just
deservedly so. I don't take anybody for granted.
I wasn't expecting it. I was just watching while I was listening to the music and rocking out, and then it
might not expected, but that doesn't mean not deserved. So thank you for all the stuff, the promotion you've given my works, the thinking of my works through the years here now. So we gotta ditch this Skype-ish shit sometime and go to dinner sometime or something.
Hell yeah, man! I'm all for it. Yeah,
I can talk a lot of Rothrock movies.
Let's go. But yeah, thanks again, Master Len, for the shout out. But yeah, this was a blast. Having you here on the channel. That's right, as always. And don't you go anywhere, Len. But we'll see you guys on the next one. But hey, all of you badasses out there that keep going around complaining about action movies not being fun anymore. Well, you got one right here, baby. That's right. So when Pact of Vengeance comes out everywhere, DVD, Blu-ray, or digital 4K, hey, you got to support it, buy it, pick it up, enjoy it. That's what it's all about. That's right. That's what cinema should be all about, right, Len? Having a good time.
I think, fun movies are kind of my thing.
That's right.
I can appreciate a drama. I like all kinds of cinema, but I always come back to stuff that I find fun.
Like Miami Connection.
You're talking
One of our favorites.
You're talking to a guy that's watched Dead Heat with Joe Piscopo and Treat Williams probably 50 times.
Another classic. Another classic. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one. All right, baby.